upon the warrior that they call Last sitting down in front. And he represents tonight here the Peace Movement. All right? Give him a big round of applause. Bobby Lopez. Give him a big round of applause. Raise your hand for me and say, no! Everybody, no! No! Good night, everyone. I came from the south this evening, and the first thing my son told me, he says, Dad, why is Wave giving you so much hell all week? I said, I would rather Wave give me hell and save our country than listen to their nonsense and lose our country. So Wave can give me all the hell they want. I couldn't care less. Okay? Exactly, thank you. I don't know who does, but he told me they're giving me hell. Listen, folks, when I look out here tonight, I see Belizeans. I don't see anything else but Belizeans standing up, and you're here because you love your country. And you're here because you know there's a chance you can lose it. And so as I shared with the folks in Independence last night, I take my hats off to the Western Caucus and the Southern Caucus, because when the Belize Peace Movement called on them, they did not hesitate. They came and met with us along with Don Hector Silva. Let's give a round of applause for the great warrior we have tonight, Don Hector. So I'll be very brief. There's two things you need to consider when you're going to the polls on Wednesday. Two things. The risk and who can you trust. Now we know that if we vote no, we keep our country intact. If we vote no, the following day, we're still Belizeans, not refugees. If we vote no, we start negotiating over, because we're telling the world we are not going to no court to decide if Belize belongs to us, or for them to tell us where our borders are. If you vote yes, there's a risk you can lose. And I'll tell you all, because you didn't hear this announced, but we gave a presentation to the DFC, and it wasn't broadcasted, right? But it's the first time we heard Lisa Schumann admit that we can lose territory. For once, she said the truth. So we're telling you tonight, the risk is too high. So the only thing you can vote is no. No saves our country, keeps our country intact. And the next thing, as the chairman said, folks, when we started to say, why is this Prime Minister so hell-bent on April 10th? He will have a referendum April 10th no matter what. Immediately, and he's also been saying he knows he's going to have a yes win. The only way he could have a yes in this country is if he taints the ballots and we have a fraudulent referendum. So we knew. We wrote the elections and boundaries before April 10th. And we said, we want the assurance that we can vote with our pen. Because let me tell you, this gentleman right here said in 1979, wax ballots were introduced to this country. It exists, folks. Don't take your eye off of it. You can win an election. It's done in Africa all the time. So they're not going to put that by us. I'm telling you, we've consulted our lawyers. I spoke with Dickie Bradley this morning, and he said, Bob, a lot of people vote with their pen because it's something they take with them all the time. So you want to make Wednesday a good vote, a solid vote, take your pen. Because even in Brexit, even in the UK, there were people that said, we're going to vote with our pen. And the Electoral Commission said, you can vote with your pen if you want to. But immediately we get an answer saying, no, you can't. You have to vote with your pencil. Listen, this is the first time we have to put civil disobedience. This is a protest. You take your black ballpoint pen on Wednesday and you vote with it. Don't be afraid. be a good vote. So folks, tonight, the Belize Peace Movement is in solidarity with the gentlemen up here, brave warriors that are prepared to fight for this country and save this country. And I want to tell you, on Wednesday, voting no is the close of one chapter, but the opening up of a book. Because your no vote means we're going to have to stand up against the world. When we sent the letter to the Barrow Association, said we want to challenge this thing because it's unconstitutional. 2 days later, where did the first check come from? 2 days later, it came from the US. And when we said we found an attorney in Trinidad who's going to take the case, where did the next check come from? The UK. You see, they know that that special agreement is unconstitutional and the lawyers are going to prove it. So we take our hats off to the PUP who took the case because we couldn't afford it, and they put it in the court, and it will have victory. And we're going to see that they were asking you to vote on something that is illegal and unconstitutional. And don't do that. But on Wednesday, you know what? We're going to vote no, and we're going to press the pause button that we've been asking for. That's what the no will do. It will say no, 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 no. And I want to tell you a true story, and then I'll wrap up. I'm coming on the Hummingbird. You know the Hummingbird sells the best Creole bun, sorry Kyle, and the best tamales, right? So I stopped at the lady that sells Creole bun. And I always say, so you're ready for Wednesday? He said, Mr. Lopez, you wouldn't believe. I registered, I took all my documents, only to find out now that I'm not on the list. I said, and how do you feel? He said, man, I can't even describe. My daughter was asking me to vote her proxy, but I'm not on the list. You see, when they violate the constitutional rights of one Belizean, they violate the constitutional rights of all Belizeans. And that's why we cannot have a yes. We must have a no, and we have to insist. We are going to decide our destiny. Not no ICJ, not no US, not no UK, not no EU. So I'm telling you today, if you don't know, vote no. If you're confused, vote no. And if you're not sure, vote no, because it's the only way to save this country. God bless Belize. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Bobby.